Welcome, everybody, back to the Minecraft podcast. This is episode 22, ladies and gentlemen. 22, I believe. If I'm wrong, I will put it up on the screen. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Minecraft podcast. As always, there's a link down in the description to buy W Energy. W Energy is the best fucking energy drink in the fucking game. As well as there's also a link to join our Discord. And also, we are joined by a special guest today.
That'd be me.
Yeah.
Wait.
Just say hi.
Is that for me?
Yeah.
Oh, hello everyone.
Yes, we have.
This is my girlfriend.
Yeah, sorry. This is Noah's.
Luna.
Absolutely. Anyways, Luna, welcome to the podcast. As always, we welcome all kinds of people on the podcast. Our first guest, let's fucking go. We wanted to keep it nice and familiar, make the conversation easy and fun. But anyways, we're going to continue on this castle. Hopefully, we'll be almost fucking done with it today. We've been doing this this is now part 3. Anyway. But you know what? I feel like it's kind of nice just to have something like, because like the podcast at the end of the day, like a lot of Minecraft shorts is really just dedicated to like just talking over Minecraft. So I feel like it kind of works, but you know.
Yeah, it's kind of like a long commentary video.
Exactly. You know, except instead of like, you know, talking about, you know, like mental health and stuff, we're talking about fucking video games and, you know, we always end up on Destiny and Marvel somehow. But
yeah,
that's how we always end up.
That'd be my fault.
No, dude, it's, I mean.
Hey, Luna. Wait. Luna?
Yes.
Can I give you this block? This is the block that's part of the castle that we're using. Just so you're using the right one, that's all. Okay, sorry. Continue.
All right, yeah. But yeah, so we got a handful of things to talk about. I think the elephant in the room, I think we'll just start out with this because it's the biggest, and we're over a minute, so we can say this now. The big conversation this week, Trump, ladies and gentlemen. So if you haven't heard the news, Trump was golfing, and they caught another attempted shooter on the golf course. Once again, a Republican. I would like to make that clear. Some people have tried to be like, oh, but he voted for Biden or he voted for Biden in 2020. It's like, look, I don't care. It's
clearly doesn't like Trump.
Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah, he doesn't like Trump, obviously, but it's still funny to point out, I think, that both shooters were previous Trump voters.
Yep.
So this time around, he had an AK-47 style weapon. I'm directly reading this from AP's article here. He had an AK-47 style weapon. I have no clue what the fuck that means. It's an AK or it's not an AK. So pick up your fucking mind. Either way, so he has been formally charged with 2 counts of felony gun possession. Oddly enough, not attempted murder, which I guess fair. But either way, so he actually didn't kill anybody. He didn't get any shots off. They just seemed like his fucking barrel sticking out, you know, from the bushes that he was hiding in.
Dude, I saw a tweet that said, that literally called this guy like a time-traveling Ryan Gosling. It's like, thank you, time-traveling Ryan Gosling. You will be remembered.
No, dude, for real, though, because, like, okay, first of all, how the fuck did he know he was there? like, I mean, you would think after, you know, an actual assassination attempt where the president, or well, not president, but the former president was shot, they would keep that shit under wraps. And also, I don't know if you knew this part, he also has 100 other arrests.
What?
Yeah, he's been arrested over 100 times. Not like
Who has?
The guy that tried to shoot Trump.
Oh.
So like these all aren't like prison time sentences. Like, you know, a lot of these are like, you know, like drunk in public and stuff like that, like where you get arrested, but it's like it goes on your record and stuff, but they don't like charge you with anything. They throw you in the drunk tank for a couple hours,
Mm-hmm.
But I find it really funny, and I'm just really curious. He had 2 AKs. How does somebody with multiple felonies buy an AK? Where the fuck did he buy these? Where did he find these?
There is a I think I saw on Twitter
Mm-hmm.
about like Republicans or conservatives, like how apparently they think that liberals are doing that so that they can make basically Trump win or something.
Really?
Like pretty much like get people to vote for him instead.
Honestly, I mean, if the first time didn't get like real like people that are into this kind of shit, I think like this one in particular is going to get more people to like vote for Trump, kind of. Like obviously, first of all, the first one was fucking crazy because we had that photo of him pumping his fists in the air. Like that photo is fucking nuts. But this one,
oh my gosh,
oh man, I mean, like if you're a fan of Trump, oh dude, this has got to get you excited to vote, right?
oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not a Trump voter, but
You know
man.
what? The first time he got shot, it's a
Mhm.
little off for me because I feel like the way the people reacted, like his bodyguards or security or whatever, they didn't really seem like they were doing their best. So that's why there's people that believe that it was like staged.
And that's fair, but I think clearly from that Supreme Court hearing with the director of the Secret Service, I think it's clear that she just didn't know what she was doing. I think is the clear
Yeah.
thing, in my opinion. At
Okay,
least.
this one though.
This
one though might actually be staged
this
because
one might be staged. Or listen,
after that horrific performance at the debate.
yeah,
like...
here's the thing. If you want my honest opinion, I don't know if it's staged, but I think it could be like a JFK situation, to be completely honest with you. I think that's also a likely scenario. But also the fact that there was no shots fired, right, is a fair reason to be like, it's staged, right? Because like, look, it's pretty hard to convince me that Trump wanted to be shot the first time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because like, we seen how fucking close that shit got. You couldn't give me the best sniper in the fucking world and be like, all right, look, he's not going to hit you in the head. We promise. It's just going to go through your ear. Like, are you fucking kidding? No, would you take that if you were a politician that was desperately trying to win?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Who knows?
No.
Who knows? Both could be fucking staged. That's a full possibility.
I know who would.
You know what? You say that? I don't know if Trump is that fucking insane.
No. I know who would. Jeb Bush.
Oh yeah, Jeb Bush would. Jeb Bush would absolutely fucking... Dude, there's a handful of people in this fucking world that would absolutely fucking... That if it meant getting their agenda across, they would absolutely fucking take a bullet through the ear like that. I think Ted Cruz also might be one of them.
Oh yeah,
Ted Cruz would. I mean, the dude made his daughter fucking slit her wrists in the front yard. So like,
Wow.
anyway, you guys tell I don't like Ted Cruz. Anyway, but yeah, no, I think this story's crazy.
Wasn't he the one that ran in 2016?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, and then he ate his booger on. Debate. I think it was a debate, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
He was talking, and there was something that looked like a booger on his lip while he was talking,
my
and when he
gosh.
paused, he moved his mouth to where like it would go in his mouth.
It's like he ate it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I was-
That reminds me of Mike Pence when he had that fly on his head for like about
Oh, yeah.
3 minutes.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I love the clip of Ted Cruz trying to kiss his daughter and she fucking pulls away from him.
Oh God.
And like some people wanted to be like, what do you think he does to her in private? It's like, no. If anybody's been around kids, they do that kind of shit, man. But like, it was still funny. It was still really, because she's like 7 or something like that at the time. But I love that fucking video so much. Because he's trying to be like, look, I'm a man of the people.
Can you guys believe that it's almost going to be 10 years since Trump was president?
Oh man, it doesn't
time
feel like
flies.
10 years. It doesn't feel
I
like
know.
it doesn't feel like 4 years ago that me and Noah were texting about the election results. That's fucking like this like I mean it doesn't feel like it's 4 years already. But,
Yeah.
it's been a crazy 4 years, obviously. And it's also just been a great 4 years in general. I mean, the 4 years have had its ups and downs, but if it wasn't for 2020, we wouldn't be recording this podcast right now. So,
Exactly.
I know a lot of people that are like, oh, COVID was the worst time in my life. COVID was this, COVID was that. It was like, nah, man, dude. Like, 2020, at least in my eyes, was a great kind of time,
Look at you.
I mean, yeah. If we all weren't locked inside, Goo Lagoon wouldn't have been a thing.
You know what? There was a lot of good things that did come out good in 2020 during the lockdown.
Yeah.
I feel like it brought a lot of families closer.
Yeah. It brought a lot closer, and it ruined some families.
Yeah. It brought out some joy out of some people, but it also brought out some sadness with a lot of
Absolutely.
family members passing away from COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The divorce rate.
like-
The divorce rate was crazy.
Wait, really?
Oh yeah.
There was a divorce rate.
Oh, the
during
divorce
2020?
rate fucking spiked in 2020.
God.
Because it was like for a lot of people, or for some people, they were working so much and they were spending so much time away from their spouses and stuff that they they didn't really have a connection. And then you lock somebody in a room for somebody for months that you didn't fucking really spend that much time with. Like, you were married, but like you only saw them for a couple hours, and then all of a sudden you're spending literally every second together. Yeah, that caused some people to have some real hardships and divorces.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
It's crazy
I
that
didn't
people
even
get
knew
married
about
and do
that.
that shit.
I know, right? Like, it's funny. My girlfriend, her mom's best friend, is currently kind of doing that. They're getting married after 2 weeks, and
Oh.
yeah, exactly. And I was like, how the fuck do people do that? Like, Look, I get that, like, when you first meet somebody, you absolutely fall in love, right? There's that whole thing about the puppy love stage, right? Or the honeymoon phase, whatever you want to call it, okay? I could not fucking imagine getting married after 2 weeks. Are you fucking kidding me? I couldn't even really look, I think that me and Noah in general, Noah also, shares, like, Noah has, like, pretty strong, like, values and stuff, right? So it's like, for him, he wouldn't do it either. But, like, I couldn't imagine just, like, being like, all right, it's been 6 months, a year, whatever, and just being like, all right, we're getting married. That's crazy to me. Like, because marriage isn't just like, oh, you know what? We're going to break up. Oh, dude, it ruins your fucking finances. You know what? You know all the shit you have to go through to get divorced? It's not as simple. I'm moving out.
Yeah. You have to pay
you have to-
money.
Yup.
You know what I find really crazy? You know what I find this super crazy. I know there's people, and it always happens in celebrities too, but like just people in general, they end up like being like, you can be with someone for like 6 years up to 10 years, right? Be married or just together, and then you break up, and then they date someone else within like 6 months. Like, how do you do that? I wouldn't do that.
I won't give too many details, but I had somebody, not really a family friend, but somebody we knew, and they were married for like, God, probably 20 years, and his wife was diagnosed with cancer, and after she passed away, it was like really fucking quick that he was dating somebody, and I couldn't. If I was married to somebody for that long, I couldn't imagine, man. Like, just that quickly moving on and being like, all right, I'm
like
dating somebody else. That's crazy.
Right, like you could, like me, like God forbid, but if something happened to Noah, like I wouldn't move on.
Yeah,
that quickly.
absolutely.
I just don't. I can't see myself move on that quickly. So that's
Yeah,
why I
no.
always wonder, like, did these people really love each other? Or is it just to get back at them and be like, oh, look, I'm with somebody else, you know?
You know what? I can see both answers, but I think when it comes, so we know this by women, is that a lot of the times, I'm playing fucking psychologist here. A lot of the times with women, they emotionally detach. Let's say the woman initiates the divorce or the breakup, right?
Yeah.
They emotionally detach and know that it's over before the man does, right? Traditionally, that's how it works, just because of how like female brains work, right? So for them, I think that they have already started to move on way before the divorce has started or ended. You know, it would be my
Yeah.
guess. But for men, I don't fucking know what they do. I think for men, it might just be like, you know what? Fuck her. You know?
I feel like men are, like, I know people say, like, oh, women take, um, like, breakups bad, and we do, but I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like once, like maybe like the first couple of days, couple of weeks, maybe the first like month, we do get sad and guys are very happy.
Yeah.
But then it starts to reverse where it's like 3 months into being off the relationship, you get happy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've been in other relationships, and I mean, it's only took me like about 2 weeks or a month.
Yeah.
No, actually like a month to get over the person. And then after those 3 months, like I'm very happy. But it's for guys, it's always like opposite. It's like they get happy first, but then they get really sad afterwards.
Right.
I don't know if that's true for all men, but that's what I've
You
heard.
know what? I think that is the case for most men because once again, men like process grief and stuff differently. So I think for men,
Yeah.
right, they'll naturally gravitate naturally, right, because of how men are conditioned. To go for something like a rebound or a new relationship, a new partner, whatever, right? They're trying to compress down that sadness or grief via substances, women, sex, whatever it may be. That's how they're dealing with it. And like at some point, right, men can't fucking deal anymore. Right? They can't just keep it down. You know, there's a really interesting thing I saw from a psychologist that talked about dealing with male patients, and she said, look, when you have a man that comes into your office for therapy, realize that that man has been struggling for years, months, or decades, right? And like,
Yeah.
he's finally coming to terms with it, and like, it's going to be the darkest shit you've ever dealt with compared to a woman that is more likely to, you know, reach out for help or therapy sooner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
kind of how
and
guys work.
I've always wondered like why, like you both are men, so you know, why is it that like is it because you guys don't like showing your emotions, or what is it, or is it because of like, because I know some
As a
guys
society, we've been
they
taught that for decades.
That's what I
yeah
was gonna say. Like men are usually taught like
to
that
suck it
you
up,
can't that
right?
you have to be strong. You have to be like the strong one,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
Well, I
And
think I've always
women are always like coddled, and that's not a bad thing. I'm just
Yeah.
saying like
It's
women
just
are
yeah.
usually the ones that are like, oh yeah, it's okay to feel this way. It's okay. And then men are it's like no, you have to just be strong and
See,
just take it.
this is why I like when things are equal. Like I've always, I mean, I always grew up with like, you know, my dad like, you know, having me and stuff like that. Like, you know, was always like I guess he kind of raised me kind of like a boy, I would say, kind of like a tomboy, but not really. And I feel like with my brothers, it's like he treated us differently. Um, like you know how usually with daughters, you know, like dads are very protective, or like how I think Noah or you mentioned, how you know girls always talk to oh it's okay to feel this way. My dad always treated us like yeah, no, you guys should all feel the same way, and like let it out, you know. Like if you need to cry, even if you're a guy, like let it out, like it's
yeah.
fine, you know. So I
Yeah.
don't think like. Mhm.
And like I do agree that there are some circumstances where, you know, women and men are both taught that, and like, and I don't want to like, you know,
Really depends on how you're raised.
exactly
It's
exactly.
generally
Yeah.
like I think me and Hunters and your generation are kind of the last ones that really
Experience
mostly
that,
had like their father figures show them, hey, yeah, you should not
absolutely.
really show your emotions too much.
Yeah, and especially like me and Noah, we grew up in different states, but similar, like kind of like like political backgrounds and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, yeah, we were kind of taught those values where it's like, based off of your like obviously a man in LA is probably going to be better at showing his emotions, right? Let's be real. But
Yeah.
if you grew up in a place kind of similar to where me and Noah grew up, you might not have been taught that,
You know what it is too, but like I feel like with my dad, like he's a he's like a hardcore feminist,
Mhm.
so that's why I felt like he's always treated everybody like my brothers can show their emotions, but I wouldn't judge them, you know?
Right.
Like how like my dad's never been like, "Oh, why are you crying? You're a guy." Like my dad's always been like, "Show your emotions. If you need to cry, like
Yeah,
cry."
absolutely.
You know, it's not just a girl thing.
Hmm.
You know, like he just hates, I guess, generalizing. But
Yeah.
that's the thing I like really appreciate about my dad. He was always like that, even with my brothers. Like if they needed to cry, or even if like something hurted so bad, like let's say, I don't know, like you cut your finger, I don't know, something like that, you know?
Yeah.
If you needed to cry, cry, you know? It's
Right.
not like showing weakness. It's just it actually hurts
Hmm.
when you
Yeah.
need to cry.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's important to, well, I won't have any fucking kids, but I think it's important to, teach kids, but
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, you're not having kids, right?
nope. I, like
It's
maybe,
always the ones that don't want kids that will make a great parent.
well, you know what's so funny? I've had this discussion many times with people. They're like, you don't want kids? You'd be so good. That's really funny, ain't it? That I make life advice. And anyway, but yeah, no, I don't. Look, man, I think it's great if some people want to have kids, and who knows, maybe my opinion will change in 10 years. Who knows? But
Okay,
So
well,
why don't you want
I got-
kids?
the financial burden is fucking insane. You know how much a child costs over its lifetime?
Yeah, you should get a cat, like $2,000 a year just then.
Yeah, 2,000 a year. You know how much a kid costs in over 18 years?
I think the first years are on like maybe I heard about 56,000 and then you add it up twice the next year. So yeah, they
Yeah,
cost a lot.
probably. Yeah, so over
But if you
18
get a
years,
cat,
you're
it's-
estimated to spend $1 million on a child.
Oh my gosh.
But, that's between needs, birthdays, all that stuff. Are you fucking? You know how much money $1 million is? Like, $1 million.
You could buy a house with that.
Exactly. You could buy multiple houses with that. Well, in LA, you could buy one house, but in
Yeah.
in LA, actually no,
Well,
in LA you
well,
can
if
buy
you
a
have more
shack.
kids, a shack.
Yeah, you can buy a fucking. You can buy a shed. You can buy Shrek's house for $1 million in LA. At fucking outhouse. Or no, actually, he did have a bigger house, but never mind. For some reason, I was
we're
like,
not we're not here to discuss Shrek lore.
yeah, sorry. But yeah, no, I just think that kids are really expensive. Because like, not only are kids really expensive, but like I understand why some people get value out of raising children. I personally don't see the value in it, in my opinion. But that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah, I never understood when people are always like, "Oh, but you'll be bored without a kid." Like, and why do
Yeah,
you
but-
think that?
I always find it really weird. Like, I mean, of course, there's those people on TikTok and Twitter and all those social platforms who always like brag about not having kids. It's always those people that seem a little off to me, too. But then
That's
there's
true.
also the people who like go around looking for people who say they don't want to have kids and just shaming them for some
Yeah,
reason.
those I
Yeah.
That
don't.
also seem
Yeah.
kind of weird too.
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
like-
yeah.
I don't
It's like they hate having kids and they want somebody to suffer with them, is what it seems like
I
to me.
was just
I
gonna
agree.
say that. I was about to say it's always those that are like, but kids are gonna make you happy. It's like it's always those that actually really don't like their kids.
Mhm.
And I know that because I have family members that are like that.
It's like,
And then
okay.
it's always the people who brag about not having kids that actually do want kids.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah, That is true.
But then there's the people like Hunter who don't talk about it. They just have their opinion. That's it.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
I would never be like, oh yeah, I'm so glad I don't have kids. I'm so good. No, are you fucking who?
Yeah, it's just that's like reaffirming yourself. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
It's like who?
Yeah.
Who cares really? I mean, like, and also it is cringe. Like Noah said, when people go out and they're like, oh, you don't have kids? You don't want kids? What's wrong with you? It's like, sorry, they don't have the same fucking views as you, buddy. Go fucking raise your kid that's screaming and crying right now, buddy. But
oh my god, and you know what? Like even kids right now, I think they're even worse than they were before.
They are really
like
bad.
when I worked, there was this little girl that was yelling at her mom because she wanted to play again, and she was just like, "No, they gotta go home." And I think they were like on a trip or something. And the little girl just kicks her mom in the knee.
Oh my fucking.
And I think her mom had like something wrong with the knee, cause like she wasn't walking great. And I'm like, shit, it's probably like the little girl from kicking her all the time in the knee, probably, you know.
That's fucking
But
crazy.
yeah, and see, and if I did that, my mom would just give me that one specific look, and I knew when to be quiet.
Yep.
And I feel like kids now these days, they don't respect the parents, but I
No.
also do blame the parents sometimes
Yeah, it is
because
absolutely the parents.
a lot of the times, like especially with this country, like in like you know, my my ethnicity, there's no point of like there's no such thing as all like oh calling the police because whatever, you know. But I feel like now you can't even hit your kid because then child support, I mean, or child protective services, I meant,
Yeah,
will
no,
come to your
yeah.
house and just be like, hey, like, what's going on, you know?
Yep.
So kids have gotten very like verbal even with their parents. So even sometimes I'm like, oh gosh, like I don't want to have kids. But at the same time, if you know, I'm gonna be a mom that's not gonna deal with that bullshit. But yeah, I think for the most part, I know a lot of people like my brother who was like, I don't want any kids. And I was like, why? And he was just like, well, they're expensive, you know,
Yeah.
especially in this economy, expensive, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And then also he's like, plus kids these days can get away with anything. Like if I
Oh,
just
dude.
hit my kid, immediately the cops can show up to my house and arrest me for, you know, teaching my kid not to, or yelling at my kid, I'm sorry, for doing something he was not supposed to. Like, you know, so I think kids have gotten really, definitely horrible now these days.
There's this old Louis C.K. bit that he did on Howard Stern like 10 years ago, where where they were talking about a story. It's over 10 years. It's like from 2006, where this mom ran into a store and was begging the cashier to let her use the private bathroom. Whatever, the cashier said no because it was against the law, right? And the child, pooped all over the mom, whatever. And like,
Oh, wow.
yeah. And like, he was like, look, I have two fucking kids. If you're at the point where your kid is literally shitting on you, you're just a shit parent. And you're on the news right now writing a blog about how much you hate the store owner while your kid's in the background. Like, not, well, you know, like, mommy, I want to go to bed. I'm hungry. It's like, not now. Not now. I gotta write my blog about how you shit yourself in the mall. You know, like that's how it feels. Right. And also I see kids all the time that misbehave. And it's like, look, I understand that kids are rough. Right. But also as the parent, are you kidding me? You know, but anyway, I don't want to.
It's like that's another thing I was gonna say. Like a lot of people that are parents, and I, you know, I know this because, you know, not to give out too much, but I have a cousin of mine. Not gonna say which gender, but basically they have a kid. Right now they're almost having another one. And I feel like a lot of you know what? I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's okay.
I'm over here so distracted from playing Minecraft.
Well,
I'm
they
so
spoiled
sorry.
their kid.
Yeah, like they spoil their kids, and it's always like this is kind of a little bit of a different conversation, but like I noticed that a lot of the times parents, like, you know, my cousin, they will have kids, but then they'll complain.
Oh,
But then they want to have kids.
don't
then
spread
they'll
your leg, girl.
complain.
I don't know what to tell you.
and it's like, they complain, and then the worst part is they put it on social media, like, oh my
Oh,
God, my
that
kid is giving me a hard time.
don't put. I hate it.
That's attention seeking.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hate it when really I hate it when anybody posts about their kids on social media because it's clearly number one for attention, and like
Yeah.
I also just would unfortunately with some fucking creeps out there, I don't think you should be posting your kids on social media.
Exactly. Thank you. I definitely agree with that. And like I tell my cousins, I'm like, I think it's not safe and
Yeah.
okay to, you know, put your kids on social media because there's a lot of creeps out there.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know, I mean, we see them like on films and TV shows, like, like kind of like Law and Order.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have, like a guy playing a creep, and you see all that, and I don't think it's. I mean, even if it's like a post about your daughter or your son, how they're reacting, like, yeah, I think just putting things on social media about your kids is just not right, especially talking bad
Yep.
about them,
Yep.
trying to get sympathy from people.
Yeah, because what if your kid grows up and sees that, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate too because there's plenty of videos of like parents punishing their kids too. I mean, the big one that I think of is Daddy 05. Daddy 05 literally lost two of his fucking kids for the videos he was posting. And currently they are back on TikTok and they're talking about making a full return. It's like, bro, are you like no, first of all, you have to be a real shit parent to get your kids taken away, number one. And like number two, like you were like that's just straight up fucking abuse with some of the shit I've seen online with what people post about their kids and what they share about their kids online, man. Like there's so many there's videos of parents literally smashing their kids' electronics and they're posting it online. It's like, why would you do that to your fucking child? Right? Because if these videos take off, guess what? Now they get to go to fucking school with their friends that saw it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah.
Exactly what I'm saying. Like, parents are ruining their kids' lives, but they don't realize it.
Yep.
I
Absolutely.
feel like now, you know how like back then everybody had like that mentality where you were told like, hey, mom has to stay home, dad has to work, the
Mm-hmm.
kids go to school, they do the homework, they play outside, and then they eat dinner all together, and then they go to sleep. I feel like now, oh my God, I'm gonna feel like a mom saying this, but um I really do think social media has ruined things. And I'm talking about like not well, like yeah, social media, but also like phones and stuff. I feel like it really has because
I'm
I've
sorry, did
noticed
you
how
need
Media
like
in general.
Did you need that at night, Noah? I didn't know if you changed the time.
No, I changed it to sunrise.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
nice.
Anyway, but yeah, no, I agree. I think yeah, but we talked about kids for a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. How long have we been going for on kids?
I don't know, probably like 10 minutes.
Only
Actually,
that- it
no,
feels longer.
I think we might have been going for longer. Never mind. I don't know. I should keep time, but I keep time, but I don't keep time on topics.
It's been a while since I was over here cleaning up the space.
But anyway, so we got a lot
Yeah.
of game remasters this week. We'll run through really quick. The big
All
one,
right.
the big one that people are talking about is Dead Rising. So I don't know if you saw this one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so weirdly enough, the guy at the comic shop that knows me by now,
Mhm.
he stopped me and he asked me, "Hey, do you play Dead Rising?" And I'm like, "No, but I know about it." And he's like, "Oh, they're making a remaster." And then he just stopped and told me all about it. I forgot like half the things he told me, but
That's fair. Yeah, I played
yeah.
I played the first two. They're pretty good games. I don't think that they're the best games ever, but they're a good time of their era. The remaster came out, which first of all, they announced this shit and then it came out like a month later, so I guess cool. I like when they do that. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's really just updated graphics and that's about it. But it looks pretty good. Did you see any gameplay of this yet?
no.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, just for anybody that's curious, it's basically just the game basically play the game at a mall. There's a time limit like Majora's Mask, and basically you gotta like escape the mall. and a lot of people love it because it came out in the 360 era. So a lot of people have nostalgia for that era of gaming because a lot of people were kids. And it's a decent zombie game. It's a survival zombie game. It's pretty fun. If you've played something like Dying Light, kind of think of that, except in third person, I guess is the best way to compare it. But it looks good. It's definitely got some good updated graphics. So I mean, if you're into that, fucking jump on it.
Question: is it co-op?
Yes. Yes. At some point, we might need to jump on it.
Yeah.
I think it might be $60, so I don't know if I want to pay $60 for that currently.
I thought it would be on Game Pass. Never mind.
No, it's not. No, it's a Capcom game.
Okay. Well, I just thought Dead Rising was an Xbox title for some reason.
The third game was, I believe. I think that might have been an Xbox exclusive. But for a long time, they sold Dead Rising 3 as almost like the game to buy on Xbox for a while when it first dropped. So that might be what you're thinking, but anyway.
That is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So also, big game that I'm excited about, Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. So this is basically God of War, except with an 18-year-old cheerleader. And so it was written by James Gunn, and it's also got I don't know her name, but she was the voice actor for Harley Quinn for the Arkham games. She also voiced Timmy Turner.
Okay.
What's her name? Tara Young, I think.
Tara Strong, I think is.
Tara
that's probably it.
I think.
She also voiced Ben 10, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's
She's
dope.
Yeah, she's done a lot of great stuff. It's a really good game if you're into that sort of God of War style game. And I'll be honest, it's not the best game ever. It's like a solid 8 out of 10. But it's a good fucking time. I'll be honest. It's really just kind of turn your brain off. Stupid humor. You know, it's once again another game that came out in the 360 era. But yeah, it's funny. This game it's a remaster, and it looks pretty damn good because they put it over in Unreal Engine 5. But yeah, so it looks really good. But it was originally supposed to be a full remake, and what happened is that everybody on Twitter was like, "No, you're gonna make it woke, no!" And really fucking.
I think it already is.
What, woke? Yeah, exactly. That's what people don't realize. Is it's really? I seen a great tweet about it. Somebody was like, "Look,
in their eyes, it would already be woke." I don't know.
Well, so they were like, "Oh, it's not woke or whatever," right? Which, first of all, it kind of already is, but I mean that in a good way. It's not like because first of all, you have a female protagonist that is, in a fucking cheerleader outfit, right? Like, yes, is it the definition of woke that we have currently? No, but I mean, let's face it, it's not fucking, white guy with beard, it's not that game. But anyway, somebody was like, look, if you really need to ask if the game starring the 18-year-old hot cheerleader is woke, you're reading the room wrong, buddy.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's like there was a Steam
Yeah, and I
review.
feel like you haven't even played the original one.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're trying to make the argument that's like, is this woke? It's like, buddy, you didn't play the fucking original. But anyway, there's also a really funny Steam review where this is unironic, by the way, where somebody asked, is this DEI free?
What?
Yeah.
What is DAI again?
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Oh.
Yeah. So once again, just woke, but it's $35. It's $35. So honestly, not a bad price for it, I would say. If you're interested in God of War starring hot 18-year-old female cheerleader, play it. It's a good time. It's also kind of funny.
Gunn.
Yeah, exactly. See, I tweeted this. It's it might be my favorite thing James Gunn has ever made. I love this game. I love because it's James Gunn humor. It's James Gunn writing. So if you like James Gunn, you're going to enjoy it. Honestly, like you can tell that it was, it's definitely more in the style of the Suicide Squad than, Guardians of the Galaxy, because it is a mature rated game. It's gory. It's full of blood, fucking cursing. It's a good time.
Cool.
Yeah. We got the last remaster here. It's fucking it's fucking Game Remaster Week. Marvel vs. Capcom game collection thing. I don't remember what it's called. Like Marvel vs. Capcom fighting game collect. It's got a weird title.
All right. You know what? How about I just go look at what it is on the store here?
Yeah, figure out what the actual name is because it's got a funny name. But anyways, this is a remaster of Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Marvel versus or X-Men versus Capcom, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men versus Street Fighter, and I think there's like.
Is it even on the story? Or not the story, the store?
It should be.
Right. It's not.
Is it not on Xbox?
You know what? Fine. I'm just gonna look it up online.
Yeah. Dude, that actually kind of sucks if it's only on PlayStation and PC. You know what? It actually might be because of Spider-Man.
Arcade Classics. Let's see here.
But yeah, so it's just really a collection of all those games. They're not remasters.
The Xbox One version is scheduled to release in 2025.
Why?
I don't know.
That's weird. Anyway, what's the full title?
It's a mouthful.
Yep.
Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics.
Yep.
You could have just called it Marvel vs. Capcom Arcade Classics.
I know,
You didn't
right?
really have to
Like you
call it
didn't
Fighting
need a-
Collection.
Yeah.
It's too much, but whatever. It's not a big deal.
Because they're also not all fighting games. They have like beat 'em ups in there too. So it's like
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure one of these is literally just the Punisher.
I was gonna say that it's literally just the Punisher. So that's not the anyway. You could. I don't understand. I don't get it. But anyway, so it's. I mean, if you're into fighting games, and also if you haven't played Marvel vs. Capcom 2, God, dude, get on that. Like a lot of people, like Noah, you haven't played 2, right? You've only played 3.
Yeah, we've only played 3.
Yeah. So 3 is a really, really good game. But 2, oh my God, it beats it out of the water. That game is so good. But
Okay.
it's so good. But basically, it's just a. What was that? That build-up was crazy. It's basically just a not even remasters. They're just porting it over to modern consoles. Basically, they are based off of the arcade versions of the games. So just keep that in mind if you're looking to purchase it. But it's got online support, got a bunch of concept art, a lot of concept art that's never been seen before. I looked at some of it today. Pretty cool stuff.
Okay. Let me see the roster for the second game. So what do we got here?
Was Magneto in the third game? I don't remember for some reason.
Yes. Ooh, okay. So we got all my favorite characters.
Mm-hmm.
We got Spider-Man, Venom, Wolverine, Gambit, Magneto, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk,
So, fun fact, actually.
War Machine,
Yeah, dude. So also
Sabretooth, Doctor Doom.
So
Okay, yeah,
I was
go
about
ahead.
to mention about Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom was originally meant to be Cable. So they decided pretty much last minute to make Cable Doctor Doom. So Doctor Doom kind of feels like Cable.
But what I'm seeing here is they're both in the game.
Yeah, so what happened was that they ended up making Doctor Doom his own character, but he kind of feels like Cable still because he's kind of almost
Oh,
like yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I get it. Kind of like Dr. Mario.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Oh wow. Okay, so. Okay, when this comes out, we should do some like playthroughs.
Oh, dude,
That'd be kinda
dude,
cool.
we're
Because I'm
absolutely
I'm
down.
reading here that they actually have online co-op in the
Yep.
Punisher game.
Yep. Yeah, dude. That's
pretty cool.
Oh yeah, dude. We're definitely gonna have to play these games because I love these old Marvel Capcom games. So But anyway.
Plus, because like like this one, this isn't even a versus Capcom. This is literally just the X-Men game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, it's got like that's the thing that I found funny about calling it the Fighting Collection. Why don't you just call it Marvel Capcom Classics? You know, but whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
They're, like when I read the game list, I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." When I read the game list or the game name again, I was like, "Why?" Like, so they called Arcade Classics because Capcom does this thing where they're releasing a bunch of their old arcade games in these collections, and that's what the collections are called. Okay, that's fine. Just fucking drop the fighting in the name. People know Marvel Capcom for fighting games, man. But, you know.
Yep.
I'm not naming these fucking collections. It's not as bad as the Mega Man collections. Those are a mouthful. They called those games they call them X-Men, or not, sorry, X-Men. They call them Mega Man / Mega Man X Mega Collection Platinum Editions, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
Which is, you know, a mouthful. Capcom's always done that, though. They always have mouthful for titles. Not as bad as Kojima, though, but, you know. You have Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. You have Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, Substance Edition.
Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, Legendary Edition.
Exactly. It's shit like that, man. It's like the amount of version and subtitles that Metal Gear Solid 2 ended up with. It's like the final version is like Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, Substance Edition, HD Remaster, Master Collection Edition.
It's like Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online. Oh no, not Elder Scrolls Online. What the hell? Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim Special Edition on PS4.
No, and then you got to remember that they added Anniversary Edition to Special Edition. So the full title is actually Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim Special Edition, Anniversary Edition. And if you're playing it on PlayStation, you can also play it VR version. Anyway.
So
I'm
seeing here that you have Doom is so fucking good.
Yeah, so basically, if you've been following this channel for a while, you'll know right before I moved to Chicago for the first time, I was working on a Doom video where I finally finished Doom 2016. I thought it was really, really good. And then I immediately started Eternal. I never finished Eternal because, you know, obviously moving and stuff, I just got busy. And I didn't play Doom Eternal the first time around when it came out because that came out in the Phantasy Star days. So that was where my time was spent.
Yeah, and I remember that. It came out, and I was playing it nonstop, and I was like, "You have to play this. It's amazing. You have to play it."
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Yeah, I'll get to it." Yeah.
I'll get to that once I'm done grinding in Phantasy Star. I even played. That's the thing that I'll mention. This is the third time I've actually sat down and started it. The first time I really did like it, but once again, Phantasy Star was my life. So it was like, all right, I'm actually going to go back and play Phantasy Star and grind for 14-star weapons. I played through the first level and I was like, it's really good. And then, like, obviously a couple of years ago when I was moving, I was like, all right, I'm going to start Doom Eternal right before I move because at that time I loved 2016. So I was like, oh, dude, I got to play Eternal. And once again, I played the first level. I was like, oh, dude, this is so good. I got to play more of this. And then I moved and I dropped it. And then today I was getting footage for it because I was like, you know what, I want to play Doom. And oh my god, man, I finally got through I finally obviously played through the first level again. Then I played through the second level and I was like, oh dude, this is so fucking good, and I'm actually going to finish it this time. So
Oh yeah, and then you can play the DLCs.
Yep, exactly, which I heard are also fantastic. And then I also tried out the Horde mode, which I really wish they would have added multiplayer to.
Yep. That's something that they need to do in Dark Ages. Hopefully, I pray that they have a co-op mode.
Yeah, because I was reading up on it. They wanted to add co-op, and then it got canceled, obviously because well, they're working on Dark Ages. But oh, dude, that would be so awesome. Because Doom is a great game to have like co-op or multiplayer in, but just stop making it a deathmatch, man. Give us like an actual co-op mode.
And that's the thing. It's not even a deathmatch in Eternal. It's this thing called battle mode.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried to play it, and it's just I can't get into it.
So what is it? Is it like?
So one player is the Slayer, and then 3 other players are just play as whatever demon they want to play as.
Uh-huh.
And basically, it's just 3 demons versus 1 Slayer.
Okay. I mean, that is an interesting idea, but
And
it's like that's
it's just
cool for
if you're you're playing as the Slayer, you're gonna get destroyed. If you're playing as the demons, you're gonna get destroyed.
I see.
It's more like people who play that are just stupidly good at the game. It's really weird.
Yeah. I've beaten what's the fucking hardest mode called in that game?
I think it's Ultra Nightmare.
Something like that. Is that the one where you can't save?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I think that's brutal. Actually, I think they
yeah.
added that.
Yeah. There's a mode where it's like, oh yeah, if you die, you lose progress or whatever. But yeah, no, like I've beaten that 5 times, like shit like that, man. It's like, yeah, I don't want to play that.
Oh, I know Luna here. When I got her Xbox, she downloaded Doom Eternal. It was one of the first things.
Yeah, no, it's like the first level is like, I played it 3 times at this point. It's great. I don't know why I never like kept playing it. And then like I played the second level today and it was like, oh my fucking god, man, it's just so good.
Have you played the original ones?
I have. I played 1 and 3. I haven't played 2 just because it's like, I've heard it's good, but I heard it's like worse than the first one. So I'm like, I don't need to, bother.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the one that I really like. That's the one that I play a lot.
Doom 2 is that's Doom 2 is literally the same thing but better.
It's funny
because I remember when I actually first bought that game. I bought it on accident.
Oh.
Like I just remember seeing it. And I'm just like, wait, is that like demons? Yeah. Not that I like demons, but I was like, okay, cool.
Right.
And I bought it. The guy ripped me off, by the way. But anyways, I bought it and I played it. Yeah, I was young. Really young, and I liked it. I really did. I played the first one, the second one. I don't like the third one actually.
Yeah, the third one is different.
Nobody does.
Yeah, no. Yeah, everything that I've like read and seen reviews of, everybody's like, the second one's not bad. It's just like they just don't like the second one compared to the first one.
Which is so weird because I mean, I think it's kind of the same. I mean, I think it is the same.
Yeah, and I haven't played it, so I can't judge it, but.
I think you like it. I really think you will.
Will.
I mean, I like it. I actually like it more than the first one.
Okay.
But
there was talk that me and Hunter had yesterday about us doing a Doom marathon on the channel.
Okay.
After our Halo marathon.
Yeah, which I guess we can talk about because which I know that not a lot of people are a big fan of Halo, and that's perfectly fine. It's in a shit place. We get it. But once we are done, once we reach into October, there's going to be a full video that talks about this too, because I feel like it's better that way. But uploads are going to change a little bit. October is going to be a weird month. Halo Marathon is going to be put on hold. We are done with Reach. And then once November hits, we're going to pick back up with Halo 4. And then 5, and then Infinite. Also, we are also going to be stopping with Skyblock. Whether if we finish it or not, it is going to go on hold in November. We have multiple big things happening in November that it just does not make sense to make those priorities to upload. There has been videos that have been in the works since February that need to get done that are going to be...
I think it's been that long.
Yeah, I think I think, if I'm not mistaken, those were recorded in February.
Damn.
I want to say, you know what? Actually, I'll look. Maybe I'm wrong. I want to say maybe I'm wrong, but also part of me feels like it might be February, which is crazy. Which I was thinking we might need to get rid of one of those videos only because one of those is going to be really outdated. But we'll
Which
see.
one?
The Halo one.
Maybe not.
We'll see. We'll see. When I go through and watch it, if it's like, oh, some of these jokes are like, oh, these don't hold up, because obviously a lot of that had to do with the game at the time. but we'll see. We'll see. Sorry, I gotta pull up the file. Take a wild guess of what date they were recorded on.
Oh. The date?
Yep.
Like the specific?
Yep. Just take one guess and I'll tell you. But
February 17th. I don't know.
February 3rd.
Wow.
So yeah, those need to drop. And look, guys. Obviously, we've really kept a really tight schedule here. That's what's really been holding these back, unfortunately. So we're just gonna pause Halo Marathon. It's not canceled because I know that there probably are some people that love it. It's unfortunately going to be put on hold for now. It will be back because that's something that me and Noah both really want on the channel. Both because we love these games, so we want to show that, and also it's like a little time capsule for us too. So, and also there's something.
Go back and watch us play through all the Halos together.
Exactly,
it's pretty cool.
Exactly, it's going to be a really great time capsule. And also there's something big dropping in early November to even late October. It's going to be fucking incredible. It's literally going to be it's literally going to be like nothing we've ever done before, and that's what makes me really excited. Like literally so different.
I'm excited for that.
I'm really excited. We have a couple ideas floating around, and so it's
Is it what I think it is?
Yes.
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 Okay, cool.
Yep. So it's going to be an exciting time. We hope that you guys love it too, because in the future, this isn't going to be a permanent thing, but obviously in the future we want to make more stuff like this. We want to be able to expand, and because as much fun as we have doing the podcast and playing Halo and stuff, we want to create something unique. We want to create something different. We want to get people excited, and this is sort of going to be the first step of that and the first experimentation of that.
Yep.
But yeah,
and just see what we can do, really.
Yeah, exactly. We won't have. Or sorry, keep going. I've been talking.
Well, I was just saying because this is like stuff we've been wanting to do for a while, and
yeah, exactly. It's
and taking it's kind of like the pinnacle of what we've been wanting to do on the channel for a long time too.
Exactly. We've literally discussed this in private on how we would handle this years ago. And here it is happening in a couple weeks, which is not a couple.
Crazy.
Not literally a couple, but it's going to be craziness for all of us here, So I'm really excited for it.
Oh, question. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you announced this on the Discord, but okay. I am sure you wouldn't mind if I was to ask you about it right here. Mm-hmm. What's going on with the Taco Bell video?
Yeah, so absolutely. So part of this was, as everybody knows, I'm back in school. I've just been a little busy. I do want to get this done. I do want to get that done in the next couple days. But also, I'm going to, you know what? Honestly, I might scrap it, or I might put in that little intro, because I thought the intro was really funny. The video itself wasn't that funny, because it's there's only so much I can say about Taco Bell ice cream. I'll be honest, right? With the Hot Ones video that I made, I love the Hot Ones video. It's genuinely such a funny video to me. But truthfully, there's only so much you can say about Taco Bell ice cream. If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, Taco Bell made a Taco Bell Baja Blast gelato, except it's just more like ice cream, and it's fine. It's kind of what I said in the video. It's fine, but it's $6. And it's kind of all I really have to say about it. Unfortunately, it was it's fine. But it's nothing to write home about. It's literally, I'm not even joking, it's 4 ounces. I don't know, I was just kind of disappointed and sad with it. I was expecting more,
$6 for 4 ounces.
Yeah, I think it's less for you guys. No, it's not even a shake. It's a fucking. It's like a scoop of ice cream.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We were just there the other day, weren't we?
Yep.
I didn't even see that.
It's a secret app exclusive. You have to buy it through the app.
I have to try it out if it's gluten free. If it's not,
It might be. Well, actually,
I'll
probably
look it
is.
up right now. Is
No, it
the
should be.
Baja Blast Gelato gluten free? That's one of the things right here.
you'd be surprised.
Yes,
It is?
gelato
Yeah,
is
it makes sense that it should be.
typically gluten free. Taco Bell's Mountain Dew Baja Blast Gelato is a creamy citrus lime flavored dessert made with non-fat milk and caffeine-free Baja Blast flavored syrup.
Nice. We can try that tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, no, I was. It's like, it's fine. But you know, I did record a video. I actually made a really funny intro that I might put in the podcast because I really thought it was really funny. I really went all out for the intro, but you know, it was just kind of boring, I felt. But we'll see. I might go through and edit it, and if I really like it or finish editing it, it's already partially edited, but.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of the blue.
Yeah.
But how do old people find each other attractive?
Yeah, that's a really good question because fun fact.
I can answer that.
Go for it, Noah.
Because
I was just going to give a funny
ahead.
statistic that old people have 20% more sex than young couples. Boom! Boom! How'd they get that statistic? I don't want to know. But anyway, Noah, give your answer.
It's because you've been with that person for a long time.
Yeah.
no, but I'm talking about like you know how like there's some people like when my grandma passed away, like my grandpa was like looking out for a girlfriend.
Yeah.
How do like old people find each other?
Oh, I
How do
get
old
you.
people find each other attractive?
I think it's like you got to know your own standard, right? Like it's like, look, if you're a 7 and you're going for 10s, probably not gonna get a fucking girlfriend, right? But like if you know, hey, I'm an old person, I got to go for other old people. You can probably get an old cougar pretty easy, or cooter pretty easy, I would imagine. You know?
I feel like that's part of it, and then there's also the other thing. It's like shared experiences.
Absolutely. Yeah, because also, yeah, like relationships aren't just based off of physical attraction. So it's like, yeah, that makes sense too.
Yeah. Okay, that was my question.
Just a burning question you had to get out of.
No,
Get
I
out
mean,
there.
it's a valid question.
Well, you know why? Because when I was at work the other day, this lady was like, "Oh, me and him are on a date," and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
lovely. How long have you guys been together?" "Oh, we just met." And I'm
yeah.
like, "Oh, okay."
Fucking,
well.
fucking new love and old bodies, baby.
Like, do wrinkles become so attractive when you're older?
Nah.
Maybe, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
I have no idea.
Nothing wrong having wrinkles.
Me and
but,
Noah are still in our early 20s, so I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I didn't think about it.
If we're still doing this
Maybe
podcast,
maybe are people attractive to? I mean, maybe people who are attracted to things that look like them at the time. I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know where I'm going with this.
yeah, no. Either way, man. Hey, look, if we're doing this podcast in 40 years, we'll fucking we'll have an answer then.
Episode like 2,800.
Welcome to dude, be beyond that. Holy shit.
Welcome back to the Minecraft podcast. Today we're going to talk about.
My grandkids don't speak to me.
Today we're going to talk about
Everything hurts.
why is my VR machine broken?
No, at that point it's gonna be AR. It's gonna be full. It's gonna be like Sword Art Online where it's full dive.
And then we're going to look back on this episode, and then you're going to be like, I told you!
I told you. Do you
What did I
remember
say?
the
What
incident
did I
from 2045?
Hey, everybody,
Imagine if
come to the castle.
Okay.
Old Castle.
No, Luna, come to the castle. I'll teleport you.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm heading there. Imagine if like you guys really do make videos when you're like that old and you're like, "Welcome back. We just came back from burying Luna."
Oh, Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
That's too dark. I'm sorry about that. Didn't
Look
mean
at
it.
all of these polar
I
bears.
know. We got friends here. You guys want to see what I've been doing for the past hour?
Sure.
Nothing but this.
You want some help?
Well, I mean, we're already over an hour. I think I'm going to do this on off screen so that next episode I'm not just doing this. But we are coming up on an hour. Well, we already passed an hour. But does anybody have any last minute things they want to talk about?
I mean, I could say this. Actually, did I say? I did not. Thank you guys for the support on me and Luna's new video.
Yeah.
That's cool. We made that. It was just an idea. We were coming home from work, and she was like, "Hey, you want to do a video, like record a video together?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And then we did the Wire Thing Scary video.
Yeah, which, first
And
of all,
it actually got a lot of views, which is nice.
yeah, which, thank you guys for that. Also, as always, thank you guys for the support on life advice. If I'm going to make a special life advice because what's crazy is it's already been a year. So that's fucking insane to think about, first of all. And second of all, thank you guys so much for the support. It's like I've talked about it like at the start of that series and stuff, but like it is genuinely something that I've always wanted to make, and like it's really cool that you guys are enjoying it. But also just thank you in general for the support on the channel. You guys have really been enjoying this podcast, Magic After Dark. You guys have really been enjoying it, and we really appreciate it. We want to keep making content for you guys, so thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
What was I going to say? I had something else. Oh, as always, link is down in the description to join the Discord. There's also a link to buy W Energy. Once again, you can either use the link or code Sigma934 at checkout for 10% off of your order on anything on the website. That includes energy drinks. That includes hydration. That includes fucking merchandise. That includes fucking stickers, baby. They also have some new exciting stuff coming out soon, so keep an eye out for that on their Twitter. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Also, next week, look out for our thoughts on the Penguin. We didn't really talk about it, but it does start this Thursday. It looks good.
Forgot about the penguin.
Yeah, I mean, it looks
Which
good.
is weird because I'm actually really excited for it.
I know. We just got so distracted talking about kids. We got kind of fucking deep when we talked about kids for a bit. Yeah, like we had a good episode. But anyways, if you haven't, go check out the Penguin. It looks pretty solid. The trailer looks good. Also, Matt Reeves is not directing it at all because he's been focusing on the Batman.
Yeah, that's true. And I wanted to just say this, which I thought was kind of cool. Michael Giacchino, who did the soundtrack for the Batman.
Yeah.
His son, Mick Giacchino, is doing the soundtrack for the Penguin.
Ooh, I like that.
Nice.
That's cool. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this. So I don't know how we want to handle the Penguin because it's coming out throughout October. So it's like I don't want to make it its own video series when we have everything else going on. But maybe we'll just talk about it in the podcast. But
True. We could just do that.
yeah.
Yeah. We'll just do that, and then we'll do our
Yep.
Don't want to give away too much, but yeah.
Yeah. Literally. Okay. I will say this: if you've been a fan of Point C for a while, like there's not very many of you, but if you've been a fan since like the 2020 days, you're gonna be in for a treat. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
Like if you've been here for that long, which first of all, thank you, man. Second of all, dude, I'm just ecstatic for this, but I'll leave it at that.
It's gonna be the probably the best month we've ever had on the channel.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be nothing but bangers. That's the best part about it. Like first of all, right, we got life advice as always. That's not going fucking anywhere, baby. It's the year anniversary, First of all, it's the year anniversary. I gotta come out with the fucking bangers for you boys.
Yeah, you're on. How many episodes of that?
Oh,
Yeah, you have
Jesus,
almost
man, it's got to be over
a
50.
whole year's worth.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
weeks.
It's got to be 50, right? Hold on, I'll look. There was a couple weeks I took off, but
Playlists.
I know it's got
Life
it.
advice 46.
How many weeks are there in a year? 55?
46. 52.
Holy shit! So yeah, I pretty much had. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah,
And we've got 45 Halo marathons.
that's yeah, and that's easily going to be over 50 by the end of the year too, because that started in January, I think. So it's like, which I mean, once again, we're going to make like a big. I at least I want to at least sit down and chat with you guys because like obviously it's been a big year for us here. Like the growth on the channel has been fucking massive. When we started really uploading again back last September at this point. Noah, do you remember how many subs we were at?
Oh God.
Just take
We
a
were
guess, 'cause-
definitely under 100.
No, we were actually over
I think.
100. No, we were.
Oh wait, we were at 150, I think, around there.
It was. I have an exact number here. 174.
Oh.
So like, we've. It's just a crazy number to think of where we've gotten in a year, because like, I don't want to like. I look back on a lot of that old content as really good, but there was obviously issues with it. But like, I'm ecstatic about what we've created over the last year at this point.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. So I want to say thank you guys once again. If you started tuning in the last year, thank you guys. Like genuinely, thank you.
Moment of silence for all of the unsubscribers.
Yep. We got a high percentage. Join, fucking subscribe up, baby. That's okay. We'll convince you. We'll convince you with this next month of content, honestly.
Yeah. And if you're just returning, like returning without subscribing, why? I don't understand that.
I don't get it.
I used to do that when I didn't have a YouTube account back when I was a kid, but when I did, of course I subscribed.
Right. Of course.
Like, why wouldn't you?
Right.
And if you're coming back to watch a video, like you search up the channel and you come back to watch our videos, why don't you just subscribe?
Right. Do you remember what your first
There's
YouTube...
people that do that.
You remember what the first channel you subscribed to was?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a guess. Was it Markiplier?
No, he was actually the second.
Okay. Was number one Jacksepticeye?
No, that was the third one.
Dang. Okay. Was number one PewDiePie?
No, that was probably like... No, I didn't subscribe to him for a while, but... the first one was actually Captain Sparkles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You're right.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Captain Sparkles.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's weird because all the YouTubers that I watched growing up, none of them ever did any problematic shit. I'm glad.
Most of mine were fine, except for my favorite as a kid, which I guess he did. Well, he didn't do problematic shit. He just went fucking insane. Kurbanamani 456. He did Let's Plays, and he. Do you remember? Oh fuck! What was his name? Do you remember Etika?
Yep.
So he was really good friends with Etika, and he went fucking insane when Etika killed himself because like they were like living together. They like were like best friends, and he like went straight up fucking insane. And he still uploads shit, but he uploads like he's literally gone insane. Like anything, like he'll just like talk about the government, how they're fucking watching you. Like none of it makes sense.
Okay.
So I'll just check in on him every couple months. He's like, and he'll do his same intro. He's like, "Hi everybody. Kurbana Money 456 here today." Except, he sounded more, joyful back in the day. Except now he's like, the government, man. They're always fucking watching.
Point C if one of us dies.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. We're gonna go fucking nuts. Well, I think like obviously like Etika's death was like, for anybody that doesn't know who Etika is, first of all, you're probably too young to be here. Second, but anyway, so he passed away. He killed himself, unfortunately, and he like it was really fucking sad because like he clearly had some real big mental issues going on, and he killed himself on a live stream. So it was like pretty fucking intense. Like he didn't like literally kill himself in live stream. Like he jumped into like the river or something. So like it was, you know, pretty dark stuff. But anyway,
Going on a whole tangent or an outro is
I know, dude.
really a point C standard.
It is.
By now it's
It's a podcast standard. What can we say?
yeah, just going on a whole another topic right on the intro.
Yeah, it's funny because like you can like especially sometimes during the end, like I'll be kind of sitting here hovering over the end recording button, but then we start talking about fucking gold, and I'm just standing in Minecraft. I'm not even moving.
Hey, hey, Luna, can you come over by Hunter for the outro?
Yes.
I'll just teleport you.
Yeah, we do got to do our little outro stance.
Oh, there you go. I'll take off my armor.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is like I'll say this really quick is I love the podcast. I always love doing the podcast. It's honestly like one of my favorite things that we do. Well, I'm going to take off my helmet and my shield. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you are interested, there's a link down in the description to join our Discord. There is also a link to buy W Energy as always, or you can use code Sigma934 for 10% off of any order on the website. Once again, W Energy is the best fucking energy drink on the fucking market. No sugar, not gonna spike your blood sugar, none of that shit. Calorie free, great shit. I recommend it. We love it here. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. And thank you, Luna, once again for joining us for the podcast. You did amazing. Do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, just give me like 3 seconds.
Okay.
And it will be the best
The best outro
thing
ever?
you've ever seen. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Oh, I'm so
gonna
ready.
be amazing. You ready?
I'm so fucking pumped. I'm so fucking pumped. My inventory is full.
Oh my gosh.
Good thing my inventory is full. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Peace.